Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my faceted sides gift box. As you can see, it has faceted sides and it's a gift box. It is really lovely. I've used In the Wild DSP. I think I've said before, I only bought the DSP. I didn't buy the whole suite. It didn't appeal to me, but I did like the papers. I have friends who do like the animal print, so I figured that I could use it for something for them if nothing else. And yeah, it's a good size. I did make it in centimetres just so that you could see that it actually does work in centimetres, and obviously you can then see how this opens up to a good size box. These bits just push in, you hole punch through here, hole punch through the lid, and then your ribbon ties to hold it close. But yeah, it's a decent sized gift box, and I really quite like it. Sadly, you do need 12 by 12 for this project. However, if you use the in colour, you're probably more likely to use, you get more, I think you get 3 or 4 sheets of each colour. You might even get more, I'm not actually sure. I know with the in colour families, with the colour families, you get 2 of each sheet, but you get more for this one. So maybe you do get 4 actually, that would make sense. 4 of each colour. But yeah, so 12 by 12. So let's get scoring. So you need a sheet that is 12 by 9 7/8, 30.5 by 25 centimetres. On the long side, we are going to score 2 1/4, 5 3/4, 8 and 11.5. Then we're going to rotate, and on the short side, we're going to score at 2 1/4. We're going to score at 8 1/4, and we're going to score at 8.5. So long side 2 1/4, 5 3/4, 8 and 11.5. So that would be 5.5, 14.5, 20 and 29 centimetres. On the short side, we score at 5.5. Sorry, 2 1/4, 8 1/4, and 8.5. I think my dog's dreaming. Which is 5.5, 21 and 21.5 centimetres. Okay, move that out of the way. So before we do any more, I just need to grab my long ruler, which I didn't get. Where's that gone? Oh, where's that gone? My dog is still dreaming, and I now cannot find my long ruler, which isn't good, so I'm going to have to use this one. Don't know where that's gone. Don't like to lose things, it bothers me. Right, so on these 2 narrower sections here, we are going to score diagonally from the first score line to the second. So as you can see, we've got these 2 thin ones. You score into this first one. So on the sections here, we're going from, we're literally doing a cross, literally a cross or an X from corner to corner. Just on these 2 thin sections and just in between the score lines. She's obviously having a good dream. That just moved, didn't it? Oh, bless her. So, scored like so. You then need to find the centre of your cross, but I have done it for you, and I can do it on my scoreboard. So for the first one, it's 1 1/8. So if you kind of gently go down, and you're marking from that second score line, so the top of your cross, just down to where the cross joins. And we're going to do the same this side, and this is 6 7/8. and in centimetres it will be 2.7 and 17.1. How nice am I? Might be easier with your trimmer. But yeah, so that's that bit done. Okay, let's fold and burnish those score lines. So we're just folding all of the basic ones. We'll come to the angled ones in a moment. Okay, so fold that one and then just the thin one. Okay, I'll come back to those in a moment because we want to make life easy for ourselves, don't we? So these bottom sections are simply that. They're just going to be the base, so we're just going to cut up each one here and cut away the small bit at the end. And then this top part here, all we need is this one here. Everything else goes. So if I rotate it round, so the thin bit's now on my left, I'm going to cut away the thin bit down to the second score line and just cut that as a wedge. So that's the thin section. I'm keeping this, and then everything else, so from here across, is going. We don't need it. So all the way across these parts here, cut those away. Okay, so we're now left with this. I'm actually at this point going to get my lovely trio punch here and round these corners with my lid. I then have some DSP, so I have two large pieces here for the front and the back, and these are 5 5/8 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to stick those on. Just pop these on the front and the back, and then the section that the DSP that you need for your top part, this will be 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and you just need to round two of the edges there, and then this will stick just on the top there. Whoops, nearly put it the wrong way around. Okay, so that goes on there. Right, all we need to do now is generate these parts to become the faceted bits. So the bottom of this one sort of pops out like so, and then your centre score line goes in, and these also pop out. So get your whole of your triangular bit there, your cross, and burnish it. Then do the same for this one, and then we're going to do the same here. So fold it over, don't be shy with it, because the more you burnish these, the crisper your faceted sections will be. Okay, so that's those done, and then these parts that we did, our strange angles, are the bits that go in. So you might need to just get either your bone folder or a nail in there and pinch them together. Pinch them together, just like so. Do the same with this one. So make sure it knows which way it's going. Pop the bottom out, and it kind of does itself. And the same with this one, so pinch it together, and now you can see how this is taking shape. So let's get some adhesive on this strip here. And just make sure when you do this that everything does sit flat, otherwise you're not going to get that nice join. And then this is the back here, so I need to put the sides in, then the back, and this is the front. So I'm just going to add a bit of adhesive onto here and fold that one up, and then some adhesive on here to hold that one in place. Now if you can get your hand in, and press it down. If not, get your bone folder or whatever you need. Okay, so I now need the beautiful DSP for these triangles. So I have two pieces here that are 2 by 2 3/4 or 5 by 7, and at the top of your short side you want to mark your halfway point. So for me it's 1 inch, it'll be 2.5 centimeters down to the corner. So same again on this one, 1 inch down to each corner, and then you're simply going to cut those triangles out. There's one, and this is the second one. Okay, adhesive on these, and these will go, whoops, on here. And then this one on the other side. Just on there. So there you go, that's that bit done. Okay, so tailor-made tags. I love these, they're all my favourites. So I need the little circles, and I have put some of the adhesive sheets on the back of there to make them easier to stick. So I have those, and then I need, and I'm sure it's that one and that one, so the two middle sizes. And then I have some more here, so evening evergreen for that one, and some very vanilla for this one. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my little baby machine, my baby boss, because this is perfect for this little machine. So I'm going to pop those on just there, and I'm going to fit, can I get all three on? What do we think? I think we can. I think we can. I know that paper overlaps there, but yes. Let's do it all in one go, because I'm not physically cutting something out that needs to be lined up. So let's have a go. Crumbs. Oh my goodness, need some muscles for this one. Right. Oh, well that wasn't very clever, because I've managed to crack my plate. It already had a split in it, but I think it's ready for the bin, don't you? Okay. Luckily I did all of this, so that's good, and I do have spares, so we're okay. Right, so I need that, don't need those, don't need that, don't need that, and then I need these. Where's my paper piercing tool? There we go, take pick. Need that, move that, get rid of that. Then I just need to pop those edges out. Sorry, the centres out, because I don't need those. No, I don't want it stuck behind my nail either. Thank you very much. Okay, so those and those. Right, just use my crocodile now, and I'm using the thicker hole, and this I want to work on my lid. So I'm gonna just, you know me, eyeball these things. Not so bad. Right, so the next thing then is I need to shut that up like so. Get my pencil and mark those holes, because then I need to come back in and make sure I do those ones. I've probably picked the worst colour in the world to see, but okay. Right, then these fiddly little things that are worth their weight, trust me. Take your backing off and stick them over the hole, and it will just look tidier and stop your hole getting worn if you want to reuse the gift box. So I'm going to pop them over both of those, and then I just need to do these last two on the lid. One on that one, and the last one just go on there. Okay, so those are now look reinforced and look really smart. Fine art ribbon. Oh, crumbs. Smashing the place up. So, going to start off with my ribbon through the inside. And then this one through here. And just make sure that it's lay relatively flat on the inside. And then obviously these now go through the lid. There we go, that's that bit. And then this one through this bit here. There we go, and then you can fold that down and pull, oops, pulled my little thing off there. There we go. And because the ribbon is quite thick, it already holds it all together, which is good. So I'm going to make my little bow here. Fiddly bows, and it is going to sit sideways because that's how it's going to go today. Okay, yeah, that's going to be my bow today. It's just going to be random. Trim off those messy ends that have frayed when you threaded them, and then I just have some of the very vanilla twine here, so I'm just going to put my sentiment. So I've used Inspired Thoughts. Again, I just wanted something quite plain, and I quite liked this one, so thank you so much on there. In fact, let me line this up, seeing as I've actually got to stamp it on there. So if you need to line up a clear stamp, get your block on your grid plate paper and line the base of your block up against the grid paper line. Then with your sentiment, and I apologise if my head gets in the way, you need to line up not the rubber but the actual sentiment. So I'm actually going for a line through the centre of my sentiment. So I can see through the block there's a line here and a line here from my grid paper, and it's running through the centre of my sentiment. So now if I put my die cut there, got my Evening Evergreen ink, and if I line my block with one of the lines on the grid paper, my sentiment should then be straight, and it is. Simple. Okay, so I've done that. Right, so twine is going through. I've not adhered these together because I quite like the idea of them just flowing side by side, swinging about. So I'm just going to put those through like so. I'm going to add some of the champagne rhinestones to this one too. So I'm going to go for medium size on here, and then some small just on here. This champagne looks really good against this Evening Evergreen. I really like that. And then I've just simply looped this through the ribbon here, so through the bow. In fact, I didn't put them both through, I only used one. Where are we? Right, there we go. So we've just threaded one piece through, and then I'm just going to tie a knot about there, I think. So I'm just doing a double knot onto the twine. Don't let it pull tight down the length, because you don't want it that close to these tags. And then just pull your knot, and then trim the excess off, and you can tuck that behind the bow or not, whatever you want it, and there you have it. That is your Faceted Sides gift box. Hope you like it. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all very soon.